Okay, I think this is update number 3 or 4 or something. I think 4 for being in the emergency room for a manic episode. I just got a good night's rest. They gave me a shit ton of drugs. I had Ambien, Prozac, Zyprexa, carbamazepine, and Ativan. I think that was it. 5 meds, maybe. There might have been 1 or 2 more in there. So it was pretty big. But
Yeah, it's warm in here too.
I turned it up because I was a little chilly one time earlier.
Okay.
So, but yeah, after getting a good night's rest, that's one of the main things if you're in a bipolar episode is just getting sleep and eating. If you can get sleep and eat somehow, your state will probably come down and you'll probably be able to interact with people in a more normal way. Does this mean my enlightenment has changed anymore? No, it hasn't whatsoever. To anyone who's questioning my enlightenment, unless you are undoubtedly an enlightened person, I don't really care much for your opinion because it's like a first grader going up to a physicist and saying, hey, you did your 2 plus 2 wrong. And you're like, well, honestly, it's not as simple as 2 plus 2. There's quantum entanglements and all this. And you're trying to explain this to like the second grader. And they're like, well, you don't know what you're talking about because you can't explain it or something. Even though I can't explain it. I can explain it in the most perfect way that anyone else ever has. The Dharma can never be spoken in its fullness, and it can never be understood in its fullness in a sense because it's always going to be expanding. So if you are always expanding at the same rate as infinity, then yes, and God, then yeah, maybe you could understand it. But that's some high level stuff. So, and that's the God consciousness that I experienced before my first nirodha samapatti and right after. And then 2 minutes later, before the next nirodha samapatti, and then after. So, that was the singularity, infinity, just like the infinity absolute images gallery image that I made the thread about my phone, and you guys probably saw my phone in the mirror in some of my videos. Like, that is kind of what it feels like. It's like everything gets sucked into one tiny little point so quickly that you really can't even perceive it getting sucked into there, but you can. It's kind of fucked up. And, that's what samadhi is supposed to be, is neither perception nor non-perception. And then, jhana 9, with, samadhi or regular samadhi being jhana 8, jhana 9 goes into non-existence, and basically there's a glitch, there's a gap in your conscious awareness. Like from, let's say we had a movie that was 5 seconds long, and let's say you had a half-second nirodha samapatti. Well, somewhere in there's going to be an edited out part that's half a second long in this relative reality. The person in that, it doesn't matter if they're in that for half a second or maybe much longer, probably. I mean, it probably does actually matter how long you are in it relatively, but the point is, even in half a second of nirodha samapatti, you get so much consciousness and rest and embodiment. It is ridiculous. But anyway, so like the movie example or video example. Yeah, so now your movie is going to be 4.5 seconds long, and there's no black space in between the two. People think that when you die, there's going to be this black void. No. When you die, there's nothing until your next consciousness, and it's absolutely no time in between them. If there is another consciousness to be had, if there is another existence to be had, which as far as we can tell, it looks like there certainly is. So that's just how it is, boys and girls. And, Brandon Rose teaching the Dharma as a crazy bipolar guy. You have to understand, too, like, do you guys expect a bipolar enlightenment to look the same as a normal person's enlightenment? Do you expect it to follow the same rules? That's really foolish of you. That's really stupid. Come on, get real. Get fucking real. Go watch Frank Yang's old videos. He was manic as a motherfucker until he got into spirituality. And he was still spiritual when he was super manic. That's the point. Like, you don't have to be one or the other. You can be both. That's what Connor Murphy's doing right now. And, I read parts of his book, and he does understand some shit. Sorry, she just pulled the curtains on me for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, so that's all for this video, guys. I gotta go use the bathroom number 2. So much love and positivity. Like the video if you want me to have a good poop. So thanks.